Hey everybody, we're still here. We're going to switch back over to actually get the gameplay area set up. Obviously this isn't quite correct. I'm not Eric and that's not
Steven, Mr. Hagen. You got Jason and Mark. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're about to get started with round one here.
That's right. And I'm going to just adjust some stuff in here and then let one of the real commentators get in.
Yeah. And I did, so I was, while this draft was going on, I was helping basically stuff the decks and everything, and there were some picks and stuff we noticed throughout. The individual helping me, Mr. John Morris of the last VRD, was about to tilt off the face of the earth when there was... Yeah, thank you. We actually added that this time. We wanted to make sure that it was big enough for everyone to be able to read and that we could have an accurate representation of, all right, here's what life totals are, let the players keep track of it. So that's definitely very helpful. But the fact that Sunken Ruins went so early and then you had Watery Grave and stuff like that picked afterwards was just a very odd choice that both of us noticed. And I loved personally the late shift. Hi, Crick, what's up? The late shift into Stasis by Brandon Curry, who is now my... We did a rock, paper, scissors off for draft picks for who our ponies are in this race. I drafted Dan with Splinter Twin and Brandon with the Audible to Stasis. And John drafted John and Naveen with what is effectively just Urza EDH. Vince, for those of you that don't know, basically drafted an EDH deck that he had at one point with Perforos and a bunch of tokens.
So it looks very good, though.
It does, yes. So we've got Naveen and John here to start.
Nice. And I'm going to go actually clean up the play area and stuff like that, and then we're going to get either Eric or Steven in here.
Yep.
Let me know. It looks like we need to move the camera slightly.
Yeah.
It's giving some of these players more space than they're supposed to have. I'm going to get up the other areas for you as well, so you can kind of get all these at once.
Betting against the three-peat. I always love an underdog.
That's right. All right, so we're going to have Elaine on the left. And it looks like we're going to have Vince starting off on the right.
Vince. Oh, great. Fantastic. So we get to see if the three-peat gets off to a good start or if Perforos EDH gets the win somehow with Underworld Breach.
It would be amazing.
Which should be pretty cool. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I know there's a GP going on, but we're cooler. So thanks for recognizing that. Appreciate it.
So in this matchup, were you tracking their deck list close enough to see kind of what do you think the influential cards are going to be in this matchup?
So Elaine is much more of a control shell as she usually is.
Yep.
And frankly, if Vince can get, totally fine. If Vince can get an early explosive hand, it's going to be nearly impossible for Elaine to deal with it. He has, looking at it, there were 5 or 6 ways that he could turn one about 12 or 15 goblins immediately onto the field.
Wow.
And Elaine's pretty light on board wipes, so she doesn't have a lot of things that she can do to deal with that. Now, if the game goes probably past turn 5, I think it heavily favors Elaine's control shell compared to what we've got Vince over here rocking.
And I'm going to get Eric in here with you.
Yes, so we will have Eric on commentary with us.
Eric, can I get you a beverage or anything?
I am well equipped.
All right, sounds good.
We have a solid store of Budweiser here.
Oh my.
I'm going to turn on this light to get right in your face.
Oh, fantastic!
Hopefully that helps out a little bit with the
I forgot about the light.
reflections and all that.
Yeah.
You have a small child behind you.
Well, he does that.
I just want to make sure you knew where he was.
All right, thanks, y'all. Let me know if you need anything. All right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, so this is Eric, not Mark. We'll get that updated in a moment. Hardy. Looks like we're going to get it cleaned off and then started. They're sleeving up. Elaine went for what looked like a Grixis shell, and again, Vince just drafted Perforos EDH with Underworld Breach and a million rituals.
Yeah, and I think his deck is very much a yes or no deck.
Yeah.
It's either going to go off or it's going to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he's running Belcher.
Yeah.
Basically. If she has the force, if she has the counter,
right.
Well, at least he's outside smoking in 5 minutes one way or the other. He
But
either won or lost.
Yeah, if he resolves indomitable creativity, that smoke is that much nicer for him.
Just depends on what he's got going. So we'll see how it goes, but I think that like I'd said when Mark was here, if it gets past turn 5, I don't think there's very much Vince is going to be able to do at that point.
No, I think that once Elaine gets into the mid game, that's the end game.
Yeah, exactly. Vince is basically playing shops in Vintage, and she's playing Miracles and Legacy. So after a certain point, it doesn't matter.
Right. It doesn't matter how powerful your cards are. The control deck takes over the game. Yeah. Everything ends.
It'll be interesting. So
yeah.
See that?
Yeah, we'll see how things go there.
And you have Pixel Crimes tomorrow, correct?
I do. Yes. If you want to see some very terrible video games get played tomorrow afternoon before the big game, they call it, head to twitch.tv/pixelcrimeslive, where you'll see me and my friend Chaz Andres playing some very sports themed games that are just awful.
Yeah, they're real bad.
I told Jason about our spiciest one, and well, he knows how bad it is.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. I hooked up my Wii U. It's gonna be a hell of a stream. It's not gonna be good.
No.
You'll have fun. We won't.
All right, so we're off to the races here.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure who won that die roll.
Yeah, the die was off camera. I have to assume Elaine, because it didn't look like Vince rolled very high. No one did Two Wheel of Fortune and Underworld Breach, unfortunately. No 10 wheels here. All right.
I mean, you only need one wheel.
Yeah, I like 10 wheels in Vintage. Time Spiral Fastbond.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that Underground Sea definitely looks better than the Mountain.
But it does. It's a solid start. Elaine really knows to draft lands. That's a thing that I think she does really well in her drafts.
The fact that Vince didn't get Pact of Negation and nobody did. There was actually a lot of stuff that tabled this time that I was surprised by.
Yeah, as always in VRD, there's a lot of cards that just didn't show up.
Krenko's Command eats a counter squad.
Yep. Vince taking 2 very relevant points of damage here.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll come back to haunt him. As he dies over 1,000 turns.
Yeah, it will be death by 1,000 cuts. There's a Narset.
Narset. So Elaine playing her, the card that she is dressed as today.
Yes. Did I see a Snapcaster there?
Yeah, she's got one in her deck. I'm not sure what she
flipped there.
What she hit. Hopefully she'll put it directly on the table for all of us to see. Narset's passive doesn't really impact Vince all that much, though.
It's pretty much at this point, that passive kind of does.
Oof, Dove in Hand of Control is really going to change things.
Yeah, I have to assume it's landing next turn, because obviously all of these players know each other's decks, so they know what everyone's on. They know what their main cards are that are going to be impactful. So
they were all there when the draft happened, so they know.
Yeah.
And Vince dropping the Mox Ruby, but doesn't seem to have a land to follow it up to do something with.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, I mean, I guess if we have Dovin dropping, probably you drop the Ruby now.
Yeah.
But this is the turn to do it. She's tapped out.
If you were to go up, here's the Pyretic Ritual.
Ooh.
That's the start of something.
Okay.
3 mana, 4 mana.
Mind Twist.
Ooh. Up!
Force.
And Mind Twist looking a lot more like Mind Rot here.
Yeah.
As Elaine dumps a couple of cards to get rid of it. Thanks for the follow, Miriafa.
Appreciate that. What are we pitching? Right now we just have a... Okay, there... Oh!
And she pitches the Dovin. Interesting. Maybe she thinks that Vince has fired off his resources here.
He's got 3 cards in hand, I believe it is. That's an interesting choice. I have to wonder what's in her hand.
It's got to be very spicy.
Very good to get rid of probably her best main deck card against the Storm list.
One of the best cards in this matchup for her. And Dove in Hand of Control, a card that continues to be underappreciated in this format.
Yeah. It was one of my early picks on the podcast when the set came out, and there's a hymn.
And she says, anything you can do, I can do, except I'll resolve it.
Yeah. Hungry Like a Wolf, over here about to eat 2 cards out of Vince's hand. Gotta love 80s pop. There's 1 and 2, and what did we get?
In this case, Duran and Duran are Indomitable Creativity and Tendrils of Agony.
Oof, that is rough.
So Vince losing out on his big combo finishers.
Yeah. At this point, pretty much has Empty the Warrens and Breach. Oh, that's good.
Literally Vince's last hope, Liliana, has arrived.
Yep.
We have the world's biggest loyalty dice here.
Yes. Oof. And this is... Did Elaine have any ways to deal with resolved walkers besides like Snapcaster swings?
She has Dreadbore. And,
oh, that's right. She did get Dreadbore.
Angrath's Rampage as well.
Rampage, yeah.
And she's just drawn 3 cards off Ancestral. So we'll see what she has
and
to...
she is off red currently.
Yeah, she has no red. She just drew 3 cards, so perhaps she's got an answer for that.
Odds are pretty good there, I would think. She's had answers so far for everything, but...
That's what she does, right?
Yeah.
That's her whole...
yeah, permission.
Yeah, just to stop it from happening, whatever it is.
And
that's not a red source.
5th land. Oh, moving aside the Narset, we've got something hitting the field here.
Entering the battlefield, yeah. Elaine has Yogwill. Vince, I believe, has Breach.
Oh, Thada, Adele, and Bob. That is very good.
Okay, so she's looking to Thada Adele go grab a Blightsteel Colossus and go to town here.
Yes.
And she can no longer hit Force of Will off of the Great One here, so she's pretty safe in terms of life total off of Bob.
Yeah,
at least for a while.
She's good. Her curve was pretty low as well. So Bob dies, and we have Blightning.
Ooh, Blightning hitting
Thada.
What?
Wait,
no,
what are you
that's
guys
not.
doing?
Okay,
no,
good.
That's not how that works.
I was about to turn on the hairdryer.
Yeah, that goes to a player, and they discard.
Elaine discarding that red source.
Yeah, discarding the red source is rough, and choosing to hit Vince.
Ignoring Liliana, and says, I'm going to take your
11-11.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have both Yogwill and Breach here on opposite sides. So Thada taking a second read.
Yeah, just making sure she can go get the artifact. She can't pay for Blightsteel, that's true. But she can just exile it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just stays and...
It just hangs out.
Yeah. Vince has got to be... he's pretty much all aboard the... Let's see. Yep, and there goes the Blightsteel.
Blightsteel exiled. We're moving just one more way for Vince to ever win this game.
Yeah.
Although right now, Vince has got to be on the Liliana plan.
Yeah, which is pretty good against Thada Adele.
Yep.
Elaine doesn't have a whole lot of hasters here, so I don't think there's too much to worry about. So in a couple turns, and it is worth noting, Elaine's hellbent at this point.
That's true, yeah.
So
Elaine burned through all her Ancestral Recall resources.
Yeah. Vince is holding literally all the cards. All 3.
Vince says, good luck dealing me combat damage with your 0-1, and also... Wait, nope, she's not hellbent. She has Mystical Dispute.
Wow.
So she says, no Ashiok for you.
Ooh, Torment and Dark Petition.
Oh, Vince.
Oh, no. Well, that was his other win condition, was Torment, and we're just gonna... Oh, no. Okay, so we're gonna Thoughtseize the...
He's getting Dark Petition, Thoughtseized. He can't realistically cast the Torment anytime soon for any significant amount.
Oh, we drew a land. And there is a Torment for 2.
Mm-hmm. Elaine choosing to lose 6 life.
Interesting. All right.
I mean, Tendrils is gone, right?
Yeah, Tendrils is gone, yeah.
I think that's pretty safe. We are in Lily Alt range, and Elaine says...
we're scooping him up.
I can't beat the Lily Alt, and Vince planeswalks his way to a victory.
Yeah. Turns out Lily Alts are very hard for people to deal with. I don't know if you knew that.
How do we've got these zeros here.
So those are, I believe, the player left, player right. So
okay, well those are their match records, I think.
Oh, so they are.
But then there's these other zeros.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hang on. If we bear with us while we figure this out, folks. We changed some things around for the stream.
We absolutely know our whole system except aha!
There we go.
Match record.
That's the one.
But where is it?
Where are you, match record?
Oh, it's on the other screen.
Oh, there we go.
Aha.
We do that. So Vince takes that. So we're off to a 1-0 start here for Vince.
Okay, well that's not what we wanted to do.
Nope.
Interesting. All right, well we'll figure that one out later.
Yeah. How many match records are there?
There's
match record.
exactly 1.
Okay. All right. Well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There we go.
All right. Well, Vince is up a game.
Yes, Vince is up 1 currently.
And we'll figure out how to denote that.
Yes. That's true. If he has Breach main, the Tendrils in the Yard does still matter. You are correct.
Yeah, all the cards, hit that reset button. There you go. Breach in the main deck means all the cards in his graveyard are still fair play.
Yeah. Which, his graveyard was pretty full there.
No.
So, that's good.
He had a stocked yard, but didn't matter. He was going to overrun his opponent with the Liliana Ultimate, and it just was... there was no sense continuing.
More powerful ult of a Planeswalker than Lily. Is there one? Karn's more fun, but I don't think it's more powerful. Maybe Mind Sculptor, but...
The Bolas that Elaine has that says you win the game if your opponent doesn't have a legendary permanent.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
In terms of just like raw power, like you don't actually have to do anything else to win the game right now.
Yeah. I don't think there's ever been a time where I have ulted a Lily and not had someone scoop on the spot.
You can't lose. You can't lose if you do that. Almost ever. Unless you are actually dead on board.
Yes. Yeah, if you get your 2-tap zombies and you're at 3 and they top deck the bolt, then
then you're dead.
Sorry, you died.
But if you've been playing if you've been playing this control deck that's dealt you 4 damage over the course of the game with a counter squall and something.
Yeah, you can't use against combo decks. That's fair hyphenated.
Yeah,
because tests can go off at any time.
Yeah, combo decks will get you. And if you're at low life, you'll die. But that Liliana ult, you're not outvaluing your opponent.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
In a vacuum, that's just absurd.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So of the decks that you saw drafted, what was your favorite?
I think I like Dan's deck the most.
Yeah.
I like the 6-mana Time Walk combo win.
Yeah.
And I like his control shell a lot.
Yeah.
And I liked his move into Splinter Twin.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit about it, and he said, basically, I realized I had a blue-reddish control deck and no win condition, and then I saw that all of Splinter Twin was open, so I just did that.
The thing that really... It looked so much like the... Jeez, Elaine!
So we have Young Pyromancer, 2 Rituals, Tendrils, and 3
mountains. Okay.
Rough.
So
well, I have to assume Tendrils is going here.
I mean, it could be Tendrils, or could take Pyro here.
Yeah, that's fair.
And just shut off his early game. He has. Yeah. He needs a swamp. Doesn't have a swamp.
Yeah, that's
He'll
fair.
get one, but if she can slow down his early pressure,
that's fair.
She has a chance.
I really liked Brandon's Audible into Stasis because I'm a sucker for a finite amount of fun and only one person gets to have it.
Yes.
And I love that Robert went with the traditional just hate bears route. Almost like Legacy Death and Taxes.
Yeah, look, it's a hate bears deck. I'm just worried that like his deck is so predicated on having to piece the right hate bear together in the right situation, or sequence of hate bears together in each situation, that I think he'll win a game in every match he plays.
Yes.
It's just a question of whether he'll win the second one or not.
And we have a Pack Rat and a Dovin Hand of Control active now against Vince, so I don't think this is going to end well at this point. I don't want to say it's necessarily over, but there's a...
This is, I'm guessing, a Duress, maybe a Divest.
Yeah, probably Divest.
Yeah. They're both available for her.
Yeah, true.
Looks like it was Duress.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Kolagon's Command, goodbye. Protecting her rat.
And a tapped Watery Grave.
Interesting.
So doesn't have a black kill spell, and Vince did just draw a swamp.
Yeah, and Elaine notably lacks the mana necessary to activate Pack Rat here.
Yes.
Because she played her Watery Grave tapped.
Yes.
And I don't know about that.
I feel like she has to be representing a counterspell. I just don't know what else you would be doing here if not that.
Sure.
So we could potentially see a Tendrils for 3 here, maybe?
But as far as her counterspells go, right? She's got Counter Squall. What does she have to counter a spell for blue? And she says she's
got Force still.
Yeah, that's true. So. She says you have to pay full price, which is +1 for your Dark Ritual.
So it's not as good now.
No, a little worse. A little more pyretic than your usual ritual.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And Pyretic Ritual looks really bad into Dovin Hand of Control.
Yeah.
As does Desperate, as does Cabal without... Yep. Lily, you gotta That's a little more expensive, isn't it?
We're going to recall.
Does Dovin make planeswalkers more expensive?
Instants and sorceries.
Instants and sorceries, okay. And artifacts.
And artifacts, yeah. And we're going to kill the pack rat, so now we actually have a game. Wow.
That tapped Watery Grave really coming back to Vital Lane here, not being able to activate the rat. Because that would have given her not just, another copy of Pack Rat, but that represents a way to kill Liliana.
Yeah.
The card that beat her last game.
She did have to recall, though, to draw a potential answer, so I wonder if she just didn't have enough cards in her hand. Because she wouldn't have been able to recall and activate Pack Rat at the same time.
Right. But I almost think that once you have Pack Rat on the table...
You're all aboard the Pack Rat train, right? There's nothing else.
You board the Pack Rat train, and that's your life now.
If it's good enough that they ban it from limited events on Moto, it's probably worth riding that train into the ground.
Oh, boy.
Can I get my ticks back for this event? Well,
right.
Normally we wouldn't, but sure.
Pack Rat as well. Here's Cast Dissonant Mage.
Ooh, that's rough.
Let's pull her up. Let's pull up Cast Dissonant Mage, because that's going to let Elaine recast her Ancestral here.
Yeah, that's pretty good, it turns out. Not only that, but Thoughtseize and Duress as well. So we have Dark Petition, Pyretic, and Tendrils going here. Spell Mastery would have been active on resolution of Dark Petition, but he didn't have the mana for it without a ritual.
That's true. Yeah,
well, he didn't even have it then because Pyretic costs 3 now.
And he lacks double black right now.
Oh yeah, that's also true. So we're going to target Kess with the Liliana.
Just building up some loyalty counters.
Yeah. Swing. Oh, nope. We're going to Lily. All right.
Lily down to 4. Of course, Kess right now at 1-2.
Yeah. And we'll flashback recall.
Yep. Ancestral's going to draw her 3 more cards, with Kess just being an absolutely wild card.
Yeah. And I'm still amazed that there's nothing in Modern that's abusing it.
No, yeah. It's hard to believe, but
there's no recalls. So.
Yeah, there's no Ancestral. It's a 4-mana 3/4.
Oof.
Thought Erasure says no Pyretic Ritual for you.
Yep.
You will not be comboing anytime soon. But of course, let's not forget, if Vince can deal with this Dovin, Thought Adele's here.
Okay. Lily is actually under a lot of pressure now.
Yes, because there's 2 creatures and she can't shut off both.
Yeah, and even shutting off 1, she's still going to take,
right,
2 to 3 loyalty every time. So she's maybe a 2-turn clock away from dying. And Vince did just top deck that mountain because he had a swamp in his hand. Yep. So
Vince needs some action here. Okay. I was going to say I'd be unsurprised to see him minus Lily, but he's gonna cast or basically evoke Kroxa.
Yep.
Make Elaine discard a card. If it's a non-creature, she's going to lose 3 life here.
Yep. And then are we going to... Oh, we can't escape.
No, can't escape quite yet. He needs red, red, black, black to do that.
Yeah, so next turn we'll have him escape. This turn we're... And I was about to say it doesn't make sense for Vince to minus, I think, at any point, because he only has 2 creatures.
That's right, yeah, minusing is no good for him.
And that's it.
And Blightsteel, which doesn't go in the graveyard.
Yeah, doesn't do anything, yeah.
Did he put Gristlebrand in his deck?
I don't know if he mained it or not.
Okay.
I asked him about it, and he said, I didn't really know what I was going to do at that point. I just drafted Storm cards, and I was... Yeah. Obviously, he audibled into Underworld. And there's the Sunken Ruins.
Okay.
We do have... Let's see. We still have a Thoughtseize active. So.
Yep.
And 3 points gone there.
And a Thought Erasure as well, right?
Yes, and a Thought Erasure.
So she can really continue to tear up his hand.
Yeah.
The only Nom, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to keep finding ways to update and improve our stream, our technical stuff. So we love to see those subscriptions. Those help a lot as we continue to do that.
They do. And that is Thought Erasure coming back.
Yep.
And Tendrils is gone.
Tendrils hits the yard. And Vince is stocked up for a Kroxa escape.
Yes, he is. And it looks like that's what we're going to get. And Elaine, based on the shadow, it looks like has 2 or 3 cards in her hand.
That would appear so. Vince abandoning the tendrils or the underworld breach plan at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's. Dovin makes it very difficult for him to.
Yeah. It's simply not realistic.
Yeah. His rituals are all so negative at that point. So we have.
We're escaping Kroxa.
I'm not.
Elaine may be casting a spell out of her graveyard? What happened?
Kess is during your turn.
Each of your turns. Okay, so she can't guess anything, right?
Yeah, she can't. Yeah, it's only her turn.
Oh, she miscalculated the Kroxa. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Vince,
looks like we may have had On-Grass Rampage.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
And Vince says, no thank you. I'm all set here.
That's where we've seen enough. Oh, nope. We're going to play it out.
Oh, okay.
Good on you, Vince.
Yeah. That's the spirit. That's the VRD spirit.
He played him a lot in EDH over the years, and he never scoops.
He's not a conceder. That's good for him.
Yeah, he will make you play. Oh, there's a free Mox. That's pretty good.
That's solid. I mean, Elaine, I had Time Vault combo against Elaine, and she made me kill her. And a couple people made me kill them in VRD too, and I was like, all right, well, here's my true name.
Yep,
let's go.
Here we go.
But I respect that.
Yeah, we're here to play.
Yeah,
we don't get to VRD much, so when we do, we like to do it as much as. All right, well, this we got like 2 turns.
Okay, yep. This game's ending soon. Remember when we were talking about those powerful Planeswalker ultimates?
Yeah. You called it, and here we are. I will look the fool for this one for forgetting it.
Well,
although we will probably have each Planeswalker alt we mentioned win a game here.
Yes, I will say I did talk trash about this Nicole Bolas, right? I didn't think and still don't think that she needs this card.
I don't think anyone needs this card. I just don't think it's that good.
It's not. I think it's mediocre at best.
Yeah.
But I think it's a way to win the game, and it's an option that she has in her deck. But
it is on flavor for her because
it's very
Elaine
much
loves Grixis.
Yeah. But it's just not a fantastic card, and that's the end of that game.
So now we're tied up at 1-1 is where we're at. So the decisive game 3.
Check with Mark about the 0-0 thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
I'll check that.
And see what we have for Planeswalker alts that are going to win it for us. And maybe we'll get to see Vince do his Underworld Breach thing. I would love to see him storm off. He ended up with Empty the Warrens, Tendrils.
Yep. Those are the
Desperate,
fails.
Pyretic, Cabal, Dark. I think he got Culling. And LED?
It's the second line of the name on the game count.
What?
Mark said.
Oh, no, the one in the middle. Sorry.
Yeah, the match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the game count. Because, yeah. Continuing to work through our new stream setup. We've got the sweet new overlay this time.
We do, which we hope everyone enjoys. If you don't like it or you see any improvements, let us know. We're obviously doing this for you guys.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, we'll change it.
Yeah, we're here to have fun. And, somebody is changing something. Mark is changing something on his end.
Mark is changing it remotely.
Oh, interesting.
It is 1-1.
Right. But now it looks like Elaine is 1-0, which, of course, she's... Oh, wait, hang on.
He named it under match record and match record right.
Okay.
Match record and match record right. Okay.
Yeah, they were named wrong.
Okay, so we have match record. I don't have match record right, do I?
We have match record. We don't have match record right.
I will find that... okay.
Right. So... got these two firing off. Oh, it looks like he fixed it. We're 1-1. 1-1. So the interesting thing to me about VRD as opposed to other formats, including like Cube, is you do get a lot of really bizarre out there picks that people end up with that, the last 4 rounds we were frantically printing everything we could think of off that we just never thought was a card, really.
Yeah, cards like Dystopia that Elaine took.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to see that in a vintage cube in your entire life.
No. So what of the picks that you saw beforehand were your favorite, not necessarily meme picks, but out there cards that are really unique to VRD?
So, aside from Dystopia, which again I want to highlight because it's such a sweet one.
It really is.
There are a couple that I found particularly entertaining. Shelldock Isle is a feature in most cubes these days. I think a lot of people are playing that. Dovin Hand of Control. Again, Elaine is really good at picking these cards.
Yeah,
right?
she
These
is.
cards that you're not going to see in your everyday deck, in your everyday
Dystopia.
cube. Yes. John Ryan's Overmaster pick.
Yeah, Overmaster was good. I have not seen that played, because you used to see it in Legacy Tests.
Yes.
That hasn't been played in years.
It's been a long time since we've seen Overmaster. I mean...
I agree with that, yeah.
Because we can't VRD every day, right? Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that makes this format sweet, right? Like...
It is a treat.
Yeah.
It's time consuming, and we're going to get 8 rounds in the time it takes a GP to fire,
right,
1,000 people or whatever it is. So.
But once in a while, we can have a little VRD as a treat.
Yeah.
And that's what's important.
I really like the Imposing Sovereign pick.
Ooh, yes.
Thanks, Twitch TV's Frank. Appreciate the follow.
Great name. The Sovereign as a way to stop the Arcane Savant combo, I thought was a very clever solution.
So the answer to that chaos theory, thanks for the follow, is this is Vintage Rotisserie Draft. So the way it works is you lay out the format. Yeah, exactly. Like Hyphenated said. 8 players take turns drafting, and everything is face up from everything Vintage Legal, and everyone knows what everyone else has.
Yep,
so there's a
whole thing in a
spreadsheet. Yeah, that we have that's filled out live as they make their picks and everything, so that this person's trying to go for Tinker Time Vault combo. Maybe I should hate draft this Voltaic key.
And maybe you shouldn't. Yeah. Because they're just going to take mirror
Manifold Key and Mirage Mirror and everything.
Mirage Mirror.
Yeah.
That's another card.
I love that card in VRD.
It's a fantastic card.
Everything.
It does everything, and the fact that it's also a Time Vault enabler is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Naveen doesn't even have a Voltaic key, does he?
No, he did not take a Voltaic.
No keys.
I think he took a Manifold Key, actually.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Because he has Tezzeret, he has the Mirage Mirror. Okay, if he has Manifold Key, then that's the better key.
And Vince mulling to 5 here. I don't think that's good for his deck.
Voltaic went undrafted? That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense, right? You don't need Voltaic. You need Manifold Key.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and there's a direct... Lily's out of there.
Vince says, here are my cards. You do have to show her the land, but... and she knows that.
Yeah.
But he's just going to play the Graven Cairns next turn and do nothing. Elaine, I don't think... I was going to say, I don't think you lose 2 life for that, but that was Watery Grave.
That did come into play untapped this time.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's important. We all make mistakes. What's important is we learn from them.
Yes.
Not that I think there was a universe in which she doesn't play Watery Grave untapped there, of course.
We've got... So Vince now at 4, and Elaine missing a land drop.
Elaine has...
Oh, no, because Vince was on the play.
Oh, Vince on the play. Yeah. I was going to say, if Elaine missed a land drop, I'll be shocked here.
And we have a Blightning coming out, I have to believe.
Yeah, there must be, because he does have that still hanging out.
Yeah. Yep, and he's got to do something, so we're going to eat a counter spell here, I have to assume.
Looks like a counter Squall to me, most likely, because I think that's the only 2-mana counter spell she has available to her.
I believe so, yeah. Oh, and we're on the Death Shadow plan, evidently. Fetch Shock, take 2.
All the way down to 15 already. Almost like she fetched Shock Thoughtseized.
Vince is winning.
Yeah. That's what the big board says.
That's how this works.
But it was indeed Counter Squall.
Yep. And 3 cards in hand. So we have a Pyretic Ritual and 2 unknowns.
2 unknowns, yes.
There is Sunken Ruins. Where is Back to Basics or Blood Moon when you need it? Snap. Target Duress.
Back to Basics, starting to look better and better.
Rakdos's Return, Pyretic Ritual.
That's right, Elaine has miscalculation.
Oh, yeah, she does, you're right. She took that pretty late on.
Yeah, great card.
Yeah.
Great card.
So if Vince gets a land here, he has the potential to Rakdos's Return her hand away.
Yeah. And that would be a problem.
Yeah.
That would leave them playing in top deck mode, which
favors Elaine with the 2-1 Snapcaster.
Yeah, it does favor
It's
Elaine
not a
with
great
the 2-1.
clock, but it is a clock.
But it's an improvement on Vince's position here, right?
Yes, it
because
definitely
Vince's
is.
position here is very negative, with Elaine having cards in her hand.
And did not have a land there, so... The race is on, and very quickly, Elaine is going to go from losing to winning.
She is, however, still stuck on these 3 lands as well.
Yeah.
So that's a possible pain point for her.
Yeah. After a keep of 7, so...
You gotta expect she had those 3 to start with. Then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those 3 and probably the Squall and the Duress, I have to assume.
Yeah. That's a keepable hand, for sure.
I would always snap keep that. So here's a Pyretic.
Vince wants to go off.
Maybe. Into Desperate. Oh my. Tap a black. And I think we have a Rakdos' return. Oh, and it looks like he's debating how much he wants to spend on this. He might be playing around miscal.
He's worried about miscalculation,
Yeah.
He remembers it. Okay, good.
And that, as you're seeing, Chaos is one of the nice things about... Ooh, Aether Gust.
Aether Gust.
Guttural Response.
I don't think that does what you want it to do, my dude. Wait, hang on. What does Guttural Response do?
Guttural is...
I think it's URAL.
Oh, yep.
Oh, counters the blue instant. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yep, there we go.
Counters the gust.
Yeah, she is now hellbent, so he did float around that. Good for him.
I was mistaking it for the Vexing Shusher activation.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was mixing it up with.
Oh, and there's a JVP, which I believe is 2 cards short of active here, and we are going to draw go from Vince.
Does he need 7? I thought he needed 5.
Oh, no, he is 5. You're right.
He's live.
Search is 7, yeah.
Yep.
So he is, in fact, live post-looting, and we have a Narset out. And I think from this point, Vince is pretty much done, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way that he can come back from this. We're about to have... Oh, no activation. Okay.
She's waiting.
Yeah.
Not sure why. But
draw go. Also stuck on 3.
When you start to see Elaine move her hands in fast motion like this, this isn't fast forwarded. We're not increasing the speed.
Nope,
when Elaine starts
not
moving her hands quickly like this, that means she thinks she's in control.
Yeah, she's gonna seal the deal here before too long.
And if you've watched Elaine's 2 previous victories back to back in VRD, you've seen her do that a lot.
A lot. And there is a Dovin. So this is game at this point. Vince just doesn't have a way to deal with the walkers.
Yeah, he's locked down right now.
We've got 2 mana for a young Peasy.
Oh boy. And Elaine says, all right,
activate.
The time has come.
Let's see what we got.
Now that you're tapped down, I'm going to flip my Jace.
Activate my dude. And we have Rakdos Charm as well as Aether Gust potentially. Here that we can flash back.
Let's take a look at Jace Telepath Unbound and refresh our memory here.
I don't know what he does besides give a spell flashback because I don't think anything else is super relevant usually. At least when I've played. Oh, it would help if I spelled that correctly.
I think Jace Enter will do it.
There we go. Yep. And how do we flip? Transform.
Boop. So there we go. Up to 1 creature gets -2/-so till your next turn. Gives it instant or sorcery fake flashback, and then the emblem is largely irrelevant. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponent mills 5.
Yeah, good and limited. Not anywhere else.
Really. Not great here when your opponent is playing a graveyard deck.
Yeah.
But Elaine's not about that. She's here to flashback spells and just have a planeswalker with a lot of loyalty.
Yeah.
And Vince is all out of options here.
And there's a Davriel. So
gosh. Vince is just buried in value here.
Where's he has no outs.
Where's the Elder Spell?
D-Spark, maybe? Yeah, Elder Spell. That's all he's got is Elder Spell. That's the only thing he can... but he didn't take it.
And that, of course, went entirely undrafted.
Yeah.
Vince
I feel
says...
like it's such a good value card, though. There's got to be a VRD where someone drafts it.
Right. That's a 45th pickable card, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If you're if you see someone on the Pillow Fort Walker's control, you go for it.
If you're drafting against Elaine,
yeah,
Elaine, who is operating Vince's life total as well as her own, because she knows she's in charge of this game.
Yeah, and Lonely Snapcaster getting there, and remember, it was turns ago when Vince was winning with Elaine at 15 life, and she only had 2 planeswalkers on the board. She's winning though.
Yeah, she's winning. She's winning in a big way. Davriel no longer really has the juice left to take apart Vince's hand and stay around to pressure his life total, but he may be cashed in soon.
I don't think the pressure is really going to matter that much. No. Unless Vince somehow gets to Blightsteel, I just don't think we're going to... Okay. A 3-mana Cabal Ritual with Threshold is still fine.
Still 5 mana for 3.
And we just
concede. Yep.
All right, take 5 points of mana burn. We'll allow it for the time being.
That'll do it. So Elaine taking down Vince in 3 games here, starting off right, 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 to start with.
A great start for our reigning, defending, undisputed VRD champion.
2-time
in a row.
Possible 3-peat. We could be dealing with Michael Jordan and the Bulls here.
Yeah. Now, if she 3-peats, we do get to talk about an important fact, which is Michael Jordan did it twice.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did it twice.
And if Elaine could do that, if Elaine, wins 3 in a row, retires to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and comes back to win 3 more, she'll have done it.
She'll be fine. Yeah. That is true.
Curry versus Naveen.
Alrighty. Do you want to hop in?
Sure, I'll hop in.
You want to stick around?
Yeah, I'll stick around. I'm here all day.
Love it.
So we have Mr. Hagen hopping in here, taking over.
That is the Honorable Reverend Dr. Stephen P. Hagen. All right. Ugh. I'm going to change announcer names there.
Yeah, just go down over there.
All right. So, watching a bit of Elaine versus Vince's game there, I'm now convinced that the Vince's deck is not the deck to do it, that like a red-black burn discard deck could be pretty solid. Like, when Vince was doing that stuff, it was really good.
And then...
he just had a lot of like dead rituals and early stuff in his hand.
He did.
And then, and Elaine, like, game 1, I mean, she still lost game 1, but, like, she had that super timely force. Like, if she didn't have that force, she was about to get wrecked.
No, she was. And you were faced with, yet again, like, Lily Alt is Lily Alt.
Right. But after that, I mean, it's just, like, she just had she had good draws, but, she definitely had enough counters and discard and just a good overall deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like watching that, like I think like a Blightning with a lot of discard.
Yeah, like a Rakdos aggro.
And I don't know about Rakdos Return necessarily because that's just a lot of X mana, but like the Mind Twist,
Yeah.